Welcome, everybody. If anyone is in here, good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm not sure if anyone is in here, but good morning. Happy Saturday. Good morning. I'm trying to get you guys on the computer so I could answer anyone. Good morning, anyone in there? How you guys doing? Good morning. How y'all doing? Is that Ezava? I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Good morning. How are you? If you've never been on my live before, my name is Julie. Happy Saturday. Saturday morning here. We're about to have some rain. I'm on my back porch. I don't know if anyone's been watching the news lately, how crazy it is here in America. More like everywhere in America. You see, what's been going on in America right now is that people have to be mindful of what they're doing, where they're going. And I have lizards and everything you're going to see because I'm in Florida. I have a bunch of lizards everywhere. I'm so used to them. In America, things have gotten out of hand over the past 6 months where if you're driving, you have to be careful. If you're doing anything, you have to be careful on a regular basis. But now you have to really worry about the police officers stopping you everywhere. And not only that, what's making matters worse for a lot of people now that have court dates, they have to be going to court wondering if they're going to get arrested. Not just the immigration court, regular courthouses starting to have problems. And I don't know if anyone saw it. And if you want, you could get off and go on YouTube and Google it. They're arresting people in New York City, in other states as well, going into the courthouse and arresting people. And one particular one, why it got me kind of worked up, is that I saw one where it was so many women being arrested, so many men too being arrested. They had around 4 to 5 women getting arrested, including a Jamaican guy. I knew he was Jamaican by what he said. That's no different island. That's Jamaican. And he might tell him to get out of his face because the reporter was asking him questions. And I get it. It's also embarrassing for you to go to a regular courthouse just because you're being seen by a judge. And then when you walk out, you're getting arrested by ICE. And that's happening everywhere. I'm coming out of Walmart and I have that particular video, and a guy was getting arrested by ICE right there. They kind of like swooped in on him around his car, and it was maybe around, honestly, over a dozen cars just for one guy. So this is a regular thing where things is getting out of hand. Good morning, guys. Good morning. But this part in New York, I'm not sure. I think New York used to be a sanctuary state. I thought a city more like it. I'm not sure if it's a sanctuary city anymore, or if it was, more like, I don't know what's going to happen in New York right now, because it's not looking good. Good morning, guys. Good morning. I hope I'm not freezing because I'm out in the back. And I hope you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me at all? Let me turn you guys up a bit. I guess you guys can. All right. I'll turn it down on this one and do more reading. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Michael. Is that Meslar? Good morning. How you doing? If it's your first time here, you don't know who you're talking to, my name is Julie. I don't know if you guys are watching the news and seeing what's happening here in America. I'm in Central Florida, to be exact. I'm glad you're doing good, Michael. Thank you for showing up. Thank you. And if it's your first time here, guys, please consider liking the live and subscribing and commenting. And, you know, you could go through some of my videos. Thank you for showing up. But good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I was saying before, I'm not sure if you guys passed that part, but a lot of people showing up for court in New York City getting arrested. I'm not sure if anyone saw it. And it's not looking good for a lot of people right now, because if it's going to be a habit of people showing up for court and getting arrested at the courthouse after their court hearing, it's not looking good. And this is not immigration court, I think. I think this is just regular court date for some people. I also seen where a gentleman, a young man, I guess he teaches children, leaving from work, and he's an American citizen, and they arrested him. And I'm not sure where, if he was in New York City as well. And they kept him for, I guess, a couple hours. But let's see. It's not looking good in America right now. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. And that's why I'm leaving this place. If it's even for a little while, I have to take a break from this all. The good thing is, when you have somewhere to go back to, and wanting to go back without someone forcing you, I think that's a good thing. Good morning, guys. Good morning. I guess I'm buffering. Why am I buffering? I don't know. I shouldn't be. Good morning, everyone. If you're new here, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome back. My name is Julie. Lloyd Crow. How you doing? Good morning, Lloyd Crow. Or Loud Crow, I guess. I think it says something. Oh, this one, let me go over here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Saturday. How's everyone doing this morning? You guys can say hello, you know. I know you see you guys in there, but no one's saying good morning, other than a few. Is it too early for some of you guys? Or too late, more like it? Because I know a lot of people watching from Africa, Europe. anyways, right now, guys, America is very scary for a lot of us. Scary things are happening to a lot of people. A lot of people having bad experiences now. Um, it's not necessarily that people are choosing to be in the predicament they are right now. Some of them actually just cannot get out of it. Have tried to get legalized in this country, or legal in this country more like it, and just can't. But what's bad is that they're arresting so many women too, not just men. People assume that when you said people getting deported or detained or held by immigration, a lot of people assume that it's all men, and it's not true. It's also women, a lot of women. And I've seen where women getting arrested, detained, and sent home back to their country and leaving their kids here in the United States. And I'm wondering what's going to really happen to some of these kids. Even fathers, even when you arrest the fathers, what's going to happen to the children? A lot of children are going to suffer or be in foster homes, or just don't have nowhere to go, you know? Oh, good morning. Oh, Lord, you're watching me from Toronto. Okay, Canada. I'm here in Central Florida. I hope I'm not sticking, because I just saw it buffering. And a lot of people being held, you know, people, human beings, I think right now is being treated like animals, to be honest. But you can't talk too much, because if you talk too much, you will get caught up too as well. And at the same time, you want to defend people, but it's hard because they're arresting you just the same. Even if you're an American citizen, they don't care. They will arrest you. And it's happening everywhere. New York City is really bad, because I think they're targeting New York City, to be honest. And I don't know why. And watching all those people getting arrested, I've counted maybe around 12, which they showed without me getting all upset. And I just stopped watching it, because the moment I started seeing my people, which is Jamaican, it started like hitting home, like, damn, you know, this young man is going to really probably go home. And we don't know what some of them have done, but some of them I know for a fact didn't do anything. It's just the fact they probably, you know, just came here illegal. That's basically it. And I never knew that it was okay for immigration officers to just wait at the courthouse and just hold on to people. I didn't know that until last night. I know about returning back from like your country into the United States, which they said they're going to be doing that more. Anybody with a green card, anyone with a visa is going to have trouble at re-entering the United States when they're coming back, especially the visas and green card holders. I don't think the citizens have any problem, but the green card holders, the visa holders, they're now it's going to be $1,000 if you overstay on your visa. For each day you overstay on your visa. I saw that on the news. I'm not sure if it's a lie or is it true. That's what they said. Well, that's true. If you're coming the wrong way, it is wrong, and that is true. But some of the situation, we really don't know what's going on with it. And it's regardless of what, however they come in. If you see a woman and you see kids are crying, stating that their mother got arrested, their dad died before, and you see 3 kids without a mother, or maybe going to have a father around, it's still something to think about, you know, as human beings. Some of them was asylum seekers that was granted permission to stay, and now all of that been revoked. I think 519,000 to be exact, from Haiti, from Venezuela, and other places. I think even Iran, or a few other places that got asylum, that was applying for asylum. They got it, but now it's being revoked. So having people on waiting lists and then just reneged on them, I think that's rough. Good morning, Dwight. Let's see. Good morning, beautiful. Thanks for sharing. Good morning, Dwight. Good morning. Good morning, beautiful. Thanks for sharing your thoughts on this serious topic. What's not like that, Michael? Tell me. Explain to me. Good morning, you guys. Good morning. But anyways, like I was saying, a lot of people that's facing deportation, I know some of them came in the wrong way. But my thing is this. You granted, oh gosh, how this thing got on here. You granted these people a stay to be here. Now you're telling them they no longer over 519,000 people. Seems like they will be deported. I'm not sure if all of them will be. Some of them do have criminal records, I understand, and I get that. And that was the purpose of deporting people in the first place. They said you had to have a criminal record or people with some violation of their, green cards that, because everyone knows when you read the green card, it says within 7 years, if you haven't did this, you haven't did that, whatever the case might be, you should be fine. And if you violated, which is DUI, as simple as a DUI, they arresting you and they can deport you for it, which I understand. But some people haven't done anything as far as it, and that's why they're letting them go, and that's the truth. But for the people that's thinking that all of this is okay and not seeing anything wrong with any of it, I don't understand why. Some of it, I believe, is unnecessary, because what's the use of you going into people homes, dragging them out, leaving their kids, and they're not really a threat to America? That to me don't make no sense. And each situation, I believe, is unique, and we can't just categorize it and say this the way it should be and only this way. I don't believe it's right. I don't care what nobody say. People should have the right to due process. If that's the case, and that's what they said it should be, but they're not getting the right, due process, I believe. A lot of people is getting really, I don't know, it's just sad. I watched that, and I watched it over and over, and I've seen the one with the lady, her husband just died from cancer. He was fighting for her to get out. Now she's out. The kids are crying, wondering their mother have a court date. And they can detain her and deport her. Then what happened to those 3 kids? You see, America failed to realize that there's other places could do just the same to their people that's living there. And American can enter a lot of countries without a visa. And now, well, used to could enter a lot of countries without a visa. No, it's not like, Michael, it's not like they came here without a passport. Some of them, what they did was they came with a passport and a visa. They just overstayed. Some of them came, got married, and stayed, and assuming they was going to get, because that's the pathway. It's pretty much, they call it chain migration. You come, you get married, have a husband, have kids, you can file for your father, your mother, your sister, your brother, so forth. That's being ended. That's what they're pretty much trying to do. But some people, yes, did enter the country illegal without a passport. Not everyone. Some people came here legally. It's just the fact that they overstayed. They got married. They started a process. Some of them did walk into the country through Mexico or wherever. I'm not sure how they did it, because I never came through Mexico, so I have no idea. But that's what they said. So I'm just going by what they said. And I do believe that some of the people that enter the United States have done horrible things over the years. Some of the United States citizens have been to other countries and done horrible things to people too, just the same. The thing is this, we're all human. It's like humanity have gone to the dogs, more like, I can't say the dogs, because the dogs are living better than us. Humanity have gone to the dirt, pretty much, where no one cares about people anymore. People don't have love in their heart anymore. And I don't care what nobody said. People don't care. And I get this whole politics thing. It's a politics thing, I believe, but I'm not into all of that shenanigans. I just believe that you can't just go around just grabbing people left, right, and center. And even when they don't have no records, you say they're criminals, you're arresting, but these are not criminals, some of them. Some of them are not criminals. And that's the truth, and they know it. And that's why they do have to release some of them, because they know they're not criminals. If you just talk back to ICE right now, they can arrest you, even if they know for a fact you're not illegal or you are a citizen or whatever. They will just arrest you because they gave them that much authority over people's lives. So I don't care what no one want to sit here and talk as if it's a game. This is not a game anymore, and it's all fun and games until it hits your doorstep. A lot of people don't understand. Everything is fun and games. You see, you work for everything, you don't get free money. I never said anyone get free money. I never got free money. I worked for everything I got, and I got a lot, and I've worked for it. A lot of people work for their things, but it's not about free money. People coming here and getting free money. No one getting free money in America. You believe it or not, you know that a lot of people talking about, oh, they're getting free this. I don't know. If you're illegal, you cannot go into a welfare office, as far as I know, and apply for anything unless you lie. And if you lie, of course you need to go to jail. But I never seen a illegal person actually could just walk into welfare office and say, hey, give me this. Maybe they apply for their child or something. I guess it's somewhere or another for their children, but I don't think you're giving it to them directly. I don't believe that no person could really walk into anywhere without some form of legal document saying, hey, and get any public assistance. Well, if you say so, I've never heard of it. And I've never seen it because I've never done it, and I don't know of anyone getting any free money. If they have been getting it, that means they have documents stating, and it might not be legal, yes, the documents that they have, but you do have to have the proper documents to get free money, other than if the government choose to give it to them. That I do know. The whole point of this deportation process was supposed to be for illegals that have criminal records, that's here violent criminals. That's what they said in the first place, and that's what a lot of people voted for, and they doing different. They actually wanted to do this a long time ago. They just needed someone to execute it, and he's doing it. Listen, I'm not here to argue with anyone about what's right for this country. I'm talking about what's right for people as human beings. That's what I'm talking about. I realize that a lot of people is being treated unfairly. I don't believe they're getting free anything. Everybody is not getting, because to be honest, if you look at Mexicans, they work harder than plenty of people that's living here, that's citizen in this state. You ever go out there and watch these people down here in Florida in the hot heat, pulling blueberries, strawberries, corn? You ever sit there and watch these people picking chickens, cleaning chickens? Unfortunately, Michael, everyone don't have the same opportunity as, Americans or Canadians do. A lot of people do have to leave their country to get here. They only can get on most federal welfare only in emergency. Thank you. Who was that? I think it's Tracer or Teresa. Let's see. And these people work hard, and Caribbean people work just as hard. From other countries come here, they work just as hard. Everyone is not a criminal that comes here. Everyone is not a criminal. I don't care what no one want to say. Everyone is not here to take something from America when it comes down to welfare. Yes, they're looking for a better life, and that's basically it. Is it so wrong to want a good life? I don't feel like anything wrong with wanting to have a good life, and that's the truth. The same way they could get up and get men to come from other countries to work in work in the fields for them. When they get here, they take taxes from them. They pay their taxes. Not everyone do the right thing, and I get that. I'm not sure who's writing that. Tracer, if they truly cared about illegal immigrants, the penalties would be severe on people who hire them, etc., but they never get in trouble because rich folks benefits from them. Exactly. The truth is, and that's another thing people don't understand, and you're right. I'm gonna say it too. I was gonna hold back on that for a little bit, but this is the truth. A lot of people here in even Florida, they hire these illegal people all the time. They go to Home Depot, they go even to Lowe's. People don't want to keep on mentioning Lowe's, but yes, they do go to Lowe's. They go to Home Depot, they go places on the side of the streets and they pick them up in certain particular spots, hire them as day workers. They go in the trucks, they pick them up and they take them. And these are rich people, yes, with their farms. And I can't blame the farmers either, because the truth is the farmers cannot get the regular citizens to do work on the farms. And furthermore, the farmers don't want the regular people because they consider them lazy or slow. You ever see these people how they work fast? They work really fast. And that's why we're going to have the fruit prices are going up, and we soon won't be able to get any fruits, because guess what? There's going to be no one to pick it. The tomatoes, the blueberries, strawberries, all those good stuff we're getting, we're not going to get them. Even orange juice is going to go up, because right now for a gallon of orange juice is almost $11. I'm not sure if anyone noticed that. You go into Publix to buy a gallon of orange juice, it's over like it's $11 or so. Even when I go to Aldi's to buy it, it's $9 and some cents. Almost $10 for a gallon of oranges, and that's a cheap place where I go, because I go to Aldi's as much as possible, or Walmart. And I've been slowing down on Walmart because I find that Walmart bottles are getting shrinking. So a lot of the time I don't even go to Walmart. These people work hard. And I'm not saying some of them don't take advantage of the situation or haven't been doing illegal stuff. I'm not saying that. But I don't feel like everyone is treated fairly. And that's all I'm saying. And I don't believe everyone that came here is going to sit on welfare, because no one can survive off welfare. A real man that wants something out of life cannot survive off welfare unless you're scamming to the core. Unless you're getting Section 8, you're getting welfare, and you're getting all those other stuff benefits with it. No one can really survive off that little bit of money I hear people getting. Yeah, they get a little food stamps here and there. And no one benefit off of food stamp more than white people. So what are you talking about? As far as welfare is concerned, I've been in lines where I hear black people have kids. How many kids my cousin have? 4 kids. And she's getting $600 and something. And I've seen a white lady with 2 kids, and she's getting almost $1,600 in food stamps. There's a difference there. I've seen Indians that come here and get food stamp, and they're living into mansions practically, driving Benz. So you can't tell me that these people, everyone that comes from different countries, come on now, people are people, and humanity, people need to have a little bit of compassion and start understanding that, hey, regardless of what, a lot of our backgrounds, people came from different countries. A lot of our backgrounds, everyone that's in America pretty much came from somewhere different from America, except for the most of the black Africans that they brought here as slaves. So a lot of the time people don't want to touch the right subject. They're talking, but they're not listening and seeing what's happening here. Tracer, not surprising why suddenly you're hearing more talk about losing child labor laws. Many of those workers are getting deported or scared to leave their homes, no matter if they are illegal or not. That's true. We have homeless people, veterans, and they put the, let me see, that Deb Cass, yes, Jesus Christ wouldn't like that. That's right. The thing is, a lot of people not face, and okay, she said it, or him, Tracy. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's a you or a man or a woman, because I can't see that clear. I need to turn this on the lighter thing. Let me turn this up a bit. Anyways, now in Florida, they tried to pull back where they're saying kids over 14 could work more hours in Florida now, because they know they made a big boo-boo. They have no ones to work on these farms, but these kids are not going to work on no farm. And I wouldn't let my 14-year-old go work on no farm. You see how many snakes and bobcats and even bears walking through these woods? Listen, since I've been living in Florida, I've encountered with bear. I've encountered with alligators, snakes. I came out one day, I was driving, that time, what car was I driving? It wasn't my Jeep. A Chevy. And it was blue, so it was very dark. So I couldn't tell by the wheel if it was actually a tail or something sitting there. When I looked, it was an alligator under there, okay? And this is a suburban area. Alligator. I've come outside seeing big old snakes. I don't know what kind of snakes. I'm afraid of every kind of snakes. It wasn't black snake, because black snake, they said, is a good snake. Listen, These 14-year-olds, I wouldn't allow my child to go pick no darn blueberry or strawberry in these out there in the hot sun anyways. Because why would you have your child working over 8 hours a day going to school? That don't make no sense. They're trying to make that okay. That's not okay. And that shouldn't be okay in America. A lot of people want to sit up here and pretend like they don't see what's happening. What's happening is that America is going to the dogs. And I can't, like I said, I can't say the dogs because the dogs are living better than us. It's going to shit. And that's the honest truth. Deb, I am half Native American. And it's insane how they treat. Exactly. The Native Americans been treated the worst, and they're the one. This is their land. This is their land. Black Americans that they pulled off ships and brought here, they treat them just as bad and even worse. The same folks who are pushing to have the 10 commandments in every classroom. How very Christian, right? Exactly. A lot of the times people don't look at the life of anyone else but their own. And I tend to believe that I look at my life and I don't wait for things to hit my doorstep to feel it. I feel anything that I watch, anything that I see. I'm a very emotional person. I'm not the most laughing type. I don't laugh for everything. And that's just my nature. I can crack a joke and I can relate to a lot of things because I'm human, because the fact that I empathize a lot with people because the simple fact that I've been through a lot. I understand that everything that you see or being told is not necessarily true when you're hearing it from one party. People tend to make stories up because sometimes they want themselves to look good. They want to impress someone. And that's also something I learned over my 40 plus years of living on this earth, that everything you hear is not necessarily true. Everything you see sometimes is not necessarily true, because you might just see that quick second of something and assume, oh, this is what happened. That's not true. So when you hear them come on here and say these people are all illegals, not true, because they have arrested American citizen residents that's legally here that never got themselves into trouble. So that's not necessarily true that they're just arresting illegal immigrants that have criminal convictions. That's not necessarily true. A lot of people want to sit up here and act like everything they're hearing is true. That's not true. And a lot of people that I believe they arrested yesterday in those courthouses in the past couple of days, I don't believe all of them is going to either get sent home or deported back to their country. But they have to dig further, because one man said he was arrested and he's an American citizen. Yesterday, one man got detained by cops, just got pulled over because I guess he looked Hispanic or Mexican. I'm not sure what nation his background, but he looks different, and I can't tell the difference between Spanish and Mexican sometimes. That's the truth. I just know by the size of their head or shape. Sometimes when I look, I could tell, but I wasn't looking at him that much. He looked like he's mixed. That's all I know. They arrested him. Is American citizen, born American citizen. So this thing is happening everywhere where you can't be safe. In Florida, most of the sheriff and police officers, put it like that, been deputized as ICE officers. They have the right to detain you as immigration officers. Okay? So if you're behind out there drinking, having a DUI, that could get you deported, even with a green card. A lot of times, allergies starting to act up, guys. I'm trying my best not to run inside right away. And I have an insect up there making noise. Pardon me. I have a bunch of trees in the backyard. And it's not feeling good out here. But I'm going to hang in there for another 15 minutes before I die, because that's what I feel like is going to happen to me. But anyways, plus I'm sweating. A lot of the times, when they stop you now, they take your driver's license. Your driver's license is telling them if you're a citizen or not on some of them, because I think they have a particular mark on these driver's license. Some of them don't. If your driver's license is not from Florida, definitely, most likely, they're going to hold you, detain you to see if you are illegal or whatever. These police officers are pulling people over. When they first passed that, most of these immigration officers, police officers or immigration officers, we got pulled over with my husband. My husband was in the car. They can't tell what my husband is, if he's Muslim or if he's Jamaican or whatever, but they see him black, but he's not fully dark, so he has that unique look. They pulled my husband over, had nothing to put him over. Insurance is right. Everything is fine. They claim the tint on the car is the reason they pulled us over, which is ridiculous because we've had that car and that's the way we bought the car, come from the dealer that way. There's no way possible he should be pulling us over for it, but he claimed that's the reason. It seems dark. Didn't get a ticket after he did it. But because they profile you, they assume you're this nation or that nation. They will profile you. And they have profiled my husband. Every time he gets up to go to work, I worry about my husband. I worry about my sons. Because my sons do have that unique look as well. You could tell they're born Americans. Don't get it twisted. All my children are born Americans. But they have a look where they could be Caribbean or from somewhere else. And that put fear of Jesus in me. And like I said, I don't want this to hit my doorstep. I'm not going to sit here and fret over it. But I know that as a human being. Okay, here we go. Came back up, Trace. Let me see. Deb Cass. I am half Native American. Deb Cass again. Love thy neighbor. Exactly. Good morning, Matt. I'm sorry. Excuse me. My screen on this part is glitching. I don't know why. Good morning, Mr. Tracer. The same folks who are pushing for it to have. Okay, I read that already. Deb Cass, God bless you. Keep speaking the truth. Life is temporary. Exactly. Let's see. Same folks. Oh, let me go back here. Somebody, Tracer, people. Tracer. U.S. born kids also been deported. Exactly. One kid even has cancer and another was recovering from a brain tumor. U.S. citizen children cannot be deported no matter what the status of their parents, I guess, is. Okay, that's true, but they're doing it, and it have happened, and you see it every day. It's not like we're making stories up. These are, unless the people are making the stories up, but we're seeing the news directly that this is happening on a regular, everyday basis. People are being detained, deported. Some people are just getting pulled over in parking lots and getting locked up by ICE. It's not a joke. This is serious. We want to talk all we want and act like we're not humans until it hit our doorstep and it hits our mothers and sisters and brothers and cousins. Because remember, some of us that's people that's born here still do have relatives that came from other countries. And when it hits your doorstep, that's when you feel it, and that's when you start to understand that this is not right. I'm not saying you could vote for whatever party you want. That's not the case for me. It's not about being Democrat or Republican. That's never a factor in this. What's bugging me out is the fact that I feel like people is not treated fairly. You know, everything that's happening, it's also going to have a domino effect where they're going to have our kids working out here in fields pretty soon to maintain this place. They're taking away people that's, yes, some of them are illegal. I get it, and I understand why they're doing. Some of them are criminals. I get that, but that's not the only people that they're targeting. They're targeting innocent people too. Innocent people is getting caught up in it, and not only that, they could grab all they want, and at the same time, they're hiring farm workers from other countries now to still come here and work. Make it make sense. Some of these people that they arrested is people they gave visas to, so everyone is not illegal. And I don't care what no one say. Everyone is not illegal. Good morning, you guys. Good morning. Oh, sorry. I think I missed a few people here. Guys, don't forget to like the live, and consider subscribing and leave a comment. Let me hear what your thoughts are. This bug is getting on my nerve. It's a big old bug. I'm gonna see if I can hit him. It's getting on my darn nerve. Going to the gym? Boy, you going to the gym or not? It's gonna rain, you know, so decide if you're going early or not. Sorry guys. Had to get a water. My and the bug is still in here. I'm trying to get him out, but he won't leave. I'm sorry. Excuse me. How you doing, Joy? I think it's Baby. Baby? Joy? Hello, how you doing? You know, a lot of the times we fail to realize that even if things don't affect you directly, it can affect your children, your mother, your father, your sister, your brother. It don't necessarily have to be you that get caught up in something. A lot of people, for instance, you ever hear people getting going out and things happen, and then you hear someone say, "Oh, that's why I don't go out. I'm glad I don't go out," not knowing their sister might have been there, their brother might have been there. You know what I mean? I've been places before, and I've seen things happen right in front of my eyes where people getting caught up in or shot that have nothing to do with the argument. I've seen things so cruel happen to people that did not deserve it. Sometimes there's passing by or walking somewhere, you could get caught up into things. And that's normal, that's life. But to be targeted, I think that's different. Getting targeted, that's different. I got him this time. If I could get him off of my darn porch. Get out. Alright, go. I'm gonna open it. Go. Jeez. It's a big old bug, you guys. I don't know how to get him out. He's big and he's fast. But guys, if you're watching, please like the live and consider subscribing, and you know, I'll try to be here more consistent, especially now it's summertime on the weekends. I can't get this ugly thing out of here. It's huge. And I'm actually afraid of it because some of these things bite. I have everything. I love it down here, but only thing sometimes the bugs scare the crap out of me. One day I was walking around, I had this big old bug in my hair, not knowing. For like almost, I guess, maybe half a day. Didn't know. It was just stuck in my hair. And I tell you, I searched my scalp constantly to make sure it wasn't laying no eggs in my head. But anyway, guys, like I was saying, everyone have to understand that people need to have a little bit more compassion. People need to respect people a little bit more too, because I find out that everyone is quick to jump and rejoice about what's happening. What's that? Nicole, Messi or Ronaldo? Oh, I guess that's football or soccer. I don't know. I'm not with the sports too much. My kids watch sports. I'm sweating. My allergies, my sinus is acting up. And I do want to do a lot today, but we're going to have rain. I want to take my son to the gym, but he seems like he still wants to sleep. And whenever I'm tired or don't want to do it, then he gets mad, and then I don't know what's going to happen for the rest of the evening with him. But guys, like I said, everyone needs to understand that when it comes down to this immigration thing, we need to do better. We need to do better and start to understand that everyone don't deserve what's happening. I hate that everyone is saying they deserve it, they deserve it. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I think it's still morning, right? It's 56? Yeah, it's still morning. Maybe it's night or evening or afternoon for some of you guys, right? I remember as a kid coming to America, or they say, um, the American dream. And I'm trying to figure out up until this day what American dream they're really talking about. Because the only dream I see in America is dreaming, just sleeping and dreaming. Ain't nothing, because you up most of the time working. Most of the time you have to be out there doing something to survive. You dare not miss a bill. You dare not sit up there and believe someone is going to feel sorry for you and give you a handout. That doesn't work in America. Unless you're rich, that's different. And I'm not talking about rich people here. I'm talking about people that have to work for what they got or whatever they want to maintain or keep, put it like that. American dream was sold to a lot of people, especially people from different countries. Like you come to America as if America streets are lined with gold. It's not. It's never been. The thing is, if some people really knew how America was before they came back, like maybe 15, 20 years ago, maybe some of them would never came here to America if they really knew. But some people left their country, they sold everything where they from just to get to America. When they get here, they realize there's no such thing as an American dream. And it's been a fake, I don't even want to say it like that because I was about to say something really rude. But America is not the place to believe you're going to come here and life is going to be good for you every day you get up. 75 to 80% of the time, you're going to be freaking miserable. Because you're going to have to get up from morning, take your kids to school, go to work, get home, cook, or get the kids, then get home, cook. Do whatever else housework you have to do constantly. Go back to work. And you dare not take a break because remember, within 20 to 25 days, most of those bills are coming. Someone said they get free food. People come here and get free for this or free that. Like I said, everyone cannot get it. Some people do come here and get it, and I get that. Some of them lie. Some of them, get it because, like someone says, emergency on here. They will get it, but everyone don't. And I don't believe that if a woman or a child in need of food or a man and hungry, they shouldn't receive some form of help or food. But if that's the purpose of you coming to America to be lazy, then that's different, and whatever happens, happens, because I don't see no true Jamaican will ever come here and just sit down and collect welfare, because we all know so that cannot help nobody. We know so welfare cannot help nobody. We never say no real Jamaican will get up and come here and say that's what I come America for. It's just a few, a few. It's always a few degenerate in every culture, in every nation, where decide to them are gonna take freeness feet and that's about it. You always have a few degenerate. You always have a few people that sits up there, and that's my sister word, you know. She always call them that, and I laugh all the time because it's just the way she put it. But it's a serious matter for the simple fact that when you leave your country, you come to this place most of the time for a better life. It's never for come here come sit down on welfare or collect anything free, because freeness collecting a couple dollar when you can work thousands of dollars within a month. Why? You know, you sit there on welfare, you have to provide a lot of crap as far as people complain about. Well, every time you go in there, you have to do this or do that. Me personally, I don't want nobody even asking me for my bank account. So for one, I will never go in there and ask for nothing because I don't want nobody asking me for crap. I don't want to give nobody my personal information, to be honest. So that will be a problem for me to begin with. And if I have to go through all of that just to get a couple things to buy food, no, I'd rather work 10 jobs if I have to. And a lot of people have that in them that come from these Caribbean countries. We rather work 2, 3, 4 jobs before we beg. So I don't know where some of these people say people come here and live for free. It's not everyone living for free. It's not everyone come here with the intention, but things do happen to people that need help and they will take it. I'm not saying not to take it. You know, I'm just saying that I want people to understand that we come to this country to work, and yes, I am Jamaican. I am American citizen now, but I was once a resident that sits here like everyone else, and I could have been on the other side of it all, you know, as with a green card. If I didn't have a green card, worrying if I've traveled, will I be able to come back into the country? No one want to live like that. A lot of people not traveling right now with a green card because of the simple fact they are fear in their heart that they leave and they will never be able to come back to their house that they already bought, to their children that's already here, their husband or spouse, whatever, or girlfriend, whatever, or wives they have sitting here waiting for them. So your mother's sick or father in back in Jamaica, I'm using Jamaica because that's where I'm from, and I feel more comfortable using my country. And you have a green card right now, and you want to go home to visit them, and you can't because what? It's a possibility the moment you enter. Even if you don't have no record or criminal record or anything against you, you will have fear in your heart. I don't care what nobody say. It's not about if you're right or wrong or you did something. It's just the fact that you will have fear because you heard, and they said it themselves. If you are a green card holder or a visa holder, you could be in trouble just re-entering the United States. Some people will not have a problem even having a green card, and that's true. But you might be that 1 out of 10 or the 2 out of 10 that they decide that, hey, you're going to be the one today. And I wouldn't advise anyone to run around with a green card right now acting as, you know, willy-nilly, even a citizen right now, because citizens are being arrested too and held. I don't think they're holding them at the airport or the borders, but I do know that they're pulling them up on the streets. If they try to interfere or talk to them a certain way, they arrest them just because they can do it and get away with it. Maybe you know some of these people are not illegal immigrants, but I do believe that they choose to do it just to show their authority. And that's going to always be a factor. When people get a little bit of authority, they tend to use it as a weapon, and they will. And that's a fact. But if it's your first time here, guys, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome back. My name is Julie. And if you're watching me, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. And the worst part about this all, I know for a fact, things will get worse before it gets better. It always does. Some people want to say, Nicole, Marissa, I'm not seeing her. Some people want to say that it's going to be just for a few months or just for a few weeks. This thing been going on for months now, and it's not getting better. It's actually getting worse because now the Supreme Court gave him all the leverage he needs all the ruling is pretty much in his favor for whatever he wants to do. And he's doing it. This administration decided that they're going to purge this country, and that's what they're doing. Remember that movie they had called Purge? This is it. This is it right here. Oh, we're not finished yet. That's right. That is right. We're not finished yet. Let me see. We're not even finished with year one. Things can and will get worse. I believe it will. And it's getting worse by the day. I believe it's getting worse by the day. No doubt it's going to get worse for a lot of people. And I tell people every day, I already prepared myself years ago for this because I knew one day some crap was going to kick off. Even though I'm an American citizen, I was born in Jamaica. I've always I've one foot in, one foot out kind of situation. Bad enough you have to deal with on a day-to-day racism with some people and how they act towards you, how they treat you. You know, then you have to worry about the police officers, immigration officers, which police/immigration officers. You could get simple of pulling over just because maybe you have a light that's out. Or any could get, you know, to be fair to the police officers in my way, other than being my sons have been pulled over. One of my sons actually had a bad experience with one of the cops. I'm not going to put it on here right now, but yes, so I've known that things could affect you indirectly, and some people think that it's not happening to me, so it's nothing. Once you have children and it start happening to them, everything affects you. Okay? My husband, it was light. It was nothing heavy, but the fact that they targeted him and pulled him over, telling him, oh, it was the tint on the car, which that's a factory tint. I don't understand. But any given way, or nevertheless, more like it, I believe that things do affect you indirectly, and I'm one of those people. It's not that we have faced the worst situation, but it could have been worse. You know, it could have been late at night when they did this. Luckily, it was daytime, and we had the two younger kids in the back of the seat, and I made sure. I told my husband, I said, pull all the windows down so they can see straight back there, if that's the case. And to be honest, he couldn't tell my husband why he really pulled him over. It was a lie. And this happened just like maybe less than a month ago. We're in June, May somewhere. Let me see. Yeah, it was in May. My son came out of the gas station sitting in his car because a cop followed him there. And my son decided that he was going to do the waiting game with him. And I felt bad for him because I know that he knew he was targeted because he was the only one that pulled in there. And he said he saw him, drove behind him when he made the left turn, went into the gas station, and the cop came right behind him, parked up, sat over to the corner where they had the I think the air pump, sat there and watched him go in. When he came out, he was out there, and my son said the moment he pulled off with him, like less than a couple seconds. When he got out to the street, less than half of the light going towards the next light, he pulled him over again. I think I'm trying to remember exactly what he told me. Luckily, my son didn't have anything on him. Only thing I think he went was to get one of those vape things. I'm not even sure what it was he went to get, but it was something to smoke, I guess. And I feel it as a parent worrying, like, wonder if one day I'm going to get a phone call hearing something different than just, oh, I got pulled over, or mom, this happened or that happened, and blah, blah, blah. Because as a mother with grown sons, I have a fear that my kids will be targeted. And not only because of immigration, because they're black men. I have 3 black men. To be 4, with my husband included. I have brothers. I have sisters. I have nephews. I have cousins. I have nieces. So things can affect you in ways that you won't even think about until it happened. Those are my problem with the situation. People pretend as if it's just you because you're watching it there. Oh, you're forgetting that, hey, You have a mother, father, sister, brother, cousin, aunt, nieces, nephews, cousins, sons, children that this can happen to. And don't be so quick to judge that everyone that this is happening to have done something wrong. No, everyone is not out to get you, because you can't think that way. But at the same time, you have to think with something in the back of my mind, like, oh, I have to be extremely careful now because this is happening. Oh, they're walking around. All right, in the state of Florida, if you drive with someone that's illegal in your car, do you know you're going to be fined $10,000? They're going to jail. They're going to be fined too. And I'm not sure if you get jail time for it too. I need to look at that. I know you get fined. I was worried more about the money than the jail time. So I kept on remembering the money part, because I'm like, I don't want to pay $10,000 for anyone, which I don't have nobody illegal to drive around with. But you cannot drive around and you cannot have them living in your house. Now, that doesn't make sense to me, because at the same time, there's bigger people and richer people hiring these people, and they're not getting charged. So it's like of a double-edged sword. If you play around too much, you might get sliced. I'm gonna be honest with you. In Florida, and not just Florida, there's a lot of states that's doing it. And like I said, if you have family, if you have friends, think about them. It's not just you alone you need to think about. Think about your loved ones. And even if you're not the most friendliest with your aunts, your cousins, your uncles, whatever, they're still your family. And things can happen and things can get out of hand real quick with these people. With the authority, with the fact that, let me tell you something. What I saw yesterday, when those people getting arrested at the courthouse by ICE, federal agents that's detaining them, I figure, yes, they do have some reason to be there. But some of them was asylum seekers that applied, and they approved these people or gave them a court date to go in. Okay, I understand some of them have done terrible stuff. But what about the ones that haven't done anything at all? Do they deserve that kind of humiliation? And I do believe some of the ICE agents are embarrassed, and that's why they cover their face. I believe they're embarrassed. Because a lot of them, I noticed that they don't want to show their face. Some of those agents don't want to show their face. Even the ones that I see arresting people down here at the Walmart, they don't want to show their face. I know for a fact one of them was Chinese. I could tell by his eyes and his face. You could see most of his face. You can know when they really don't want to have, they doing their job, but they don't want to really enforce it. Sometimes they will be slacking a little bit, like stay back and watch. Some of them just stay back and watch, and I could tell. And I know all of those ICE officers, there's maybe a couple of them that have someone here illegal, or family member or relative. No one could tell me no different. Because remember, most of these people that's enforcing it is not just born American citizens. These are people also been naturalized citizens, some of them, guarantee you. That's federal workers. Or police officers, sheriffs. Some of them are naturalized citizens, meaning they have backgrounds from other places where they have probably a few runaround strays coming from other countries living in America. People don't want to talk about that, but it's the truth. I'm not saying what is happening is going to last forever, but it seems like it's been happening forever. Sorry, Teresa, I didn't see you putting stuff. I apologize. The frustrating thing is that, excuse me, most of the things, if not all, oh wait a minute, that looked like it retracted, sorry. I'm trying to read the right one that I already read. If not all was mentioned in Project 2025, always told folks to please read it and then ask yourself if that's what you want. It was known for so long, which is true. I heard of that. I did hear of it. I never read it. But anyway, those situations and the ones you just described remind me of the, what's that? I cannot see that clearly. What's that? Gestapo of Nazi Germany, okay, bypassing the due process and intimidating people seeking justice, like at the courthouses. Yeah, exactly. Okay, got you. I'm trying to brighten this screen for some reason. I gotta call these crazy kids of mine because I don't know what, they changed my screen and it's acting all weird. But anyways, yes, that's true. A lot of the times, the things that's happening is just authority. They get a little bit of power and they're using it. You know, now the immigration officers are acting like judges. They're determined if you should stay or go. Even when a judge say you can stay, they still deporting people. So right now, a lot of it is just up to us as human beings to have a little heart. And another thing that I don't like that's happening, people are actually calling immigration on these people. Stop. It's no need for it. Stop. Mind your business. Mind your business. Stop calling immigration on these people. Leave these people alone. Mind your business. Some of the, I realize that people are calling immigration on people. That part got me like, why? What have they done to you? And then you're calling immigration on people that really and truly is not even illegal immigrants or illegal alien, as you guys, some of them call them. You know, you calling immigration on people. Why? They're taking their jobs. They're taking their this. They're taking their that. There's a reason. There's a reason for everything. There's a reason for you lazy to sit on your ass and don't want to go to work. What jobs are they taking? Picking cherries, grapes, and all of that good stuff. You don't want those jobs. You don't want to cut no lawns. A few Americans cut lawns, and the only reason why, because they sit on their behind on a lawnmower and cut it. I'm not saying every man in America that's born American or whatever is lazy. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is some jobs American don't want to do, and that's the fact. But that's the first thing you hear. They're taking their jobs. They're doing this. They're doing that. You don't want to pluck chickens. You don't want to pick grapes. You don't want to pick cherries. You don't want to pick blueberries, strawberries. You don't want to pick them. In some cases, you barely want to get up and wash your ass. It's sad, but it's true. We all know that's true. They're taking all the welfare. The people cannot get welfare without proper documents, legal documents. And like someone say, I think as Teresa said, they have to have some form of emergency or whatever why they give it to them. Whatever the case might be, come on now. Most people rather work than sit here waiting on welfare to help them. Getting a couple dollars cannot survive. In the way things are now in America, if you even living off $3,000, you're under the poverty line. That cannot help you. I doubt you could pay for your housing and even a car note with that. And trust me, if you're making a certain amount of money, I guarantee you can't get no welfare anyway. So I don't understand why people keep on thinking that everyone is taking something away from them. Do as they say, not as they do. Exactly, Tracer. I don't know. People don't see things the way they're supposed to. Everyone assuming that, this thing is just a illegal thing. It's not anymore. It's not about illegal thing anymore. It's showing power that, hey, but it's going to backfire, All of this is going to backfire. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. Give it a couple more months. It's going to all backfire. And the backfires every day is just that they cover it up. And the media is a piece of crap too, because some of them, they don't show the truth. They hide a lot of things. The media is starting to hide a lot of things, like they did in the back in the 2000 or whatever. They hide a lot. They hide. the media is hiding a lot of things. Because some of the stuff we wouldn't know unless it was, if it wasn't for regular people, we wouldn't know half the things that's happening. Regular people showing us what's happening. The country itself, America, is nothing wrong with it. The only thing that's wrong with America is some of the people, not all the people. A few of the people. And even the one that's trying to help and defend others is getting treated poorly or unfairly as well. There's a few lawyers out here, there's a few, what they call liaisons or whatever they are, or people that's volunteering trying to help. They're treating them unfairly too. So even the people that's trying to help is getting treated unfairly. They drag them around, they lock them up, you know, humiliate them, tell lies on them. You know, it's a lot. So sometimes people kind of like step back because they have their family too to think about. But at the same time, they don't feel like it's fair for to watch these people go down, you know, for nothing. And you know what's so sad about all of this? No one ever think about the children that it's affecting over the. It's going to affect them over the years to come too. Because now some parents have to leave. Maybe they have one child that's old enough to take care of 2 or 3 more younger ones. And I also heard something which I did not like. I'm not sure what state it is. A woman, one of those mayors, came out and said they're going to start taking these illegal aliens' property. Okay, illegals cannot get this, they cannot get that, but you allow them to buy property. You allow them to have bank accounts. You allow them to have driver's license. Now you're done with them. You want to take their property, their driver's license. You're taking back the driver's license, which we all know that's a government property. But you want to have their bank accounts, their money in their bank accounts. What about their children or their family that they have here? You think that's fair to take their money, take their things? And that I heard from which state, and I wish I remember what state. I think it's in Maryland or somewhere, wherever she at. And she's not the first one, because another one here in Florida said the same thing. They're going after their assets. So if they even leave your kids here, it's a possibility they freeze their accounts, take their money. Then the kids leave to suffer or be into some form of home or foster home or something. Anyways, guys, I'm sorry. It's just frustrating, and I'm happy you guys stayed in here with me. I wish things was different for a lot of people right now. It's been a lot of somber days and days where you're more reflecting than anything else. You want to have fun. And I know people live their life regardless. People are going to live regardless. People are going to have, remember, you know, when someone even dies, people still get up and laugh. They go to their funeral and be laughing. They go to their wake and be laughing, whatever. And that's life. People do have to live regardless. And I get that. That's not, I'm not saying everyone's supposed to come here and boo-hoo and feel sorry for everyone. I'm just saying, don't wait for it to get to your, like my grandmother just said, don't wait for it to get to your doorstep. Then you realize, then you try to understand, and then you're going to have a little empathy and you're feeling down. Oh, I didn't know what happened to me because I was right. I did everything right. I am this, I am that. Listen, remember, it can happen to anyone, even if you're an American citizen. They can arrest you just the same under false pretense, claiming they did not know you're an American citizen. They could detain you at the airport just the same. And like I said, a lot of people not traveling, going even back to Jamaica, certain places, once they have a green card, a lot of people not traveling. Even the remittances, the money is not getting sent like it used to, because people are trying to hold on to every dollar they got. And I don't blame them for holding on to it. I want to do a lot of things right now, but I'm holding on like dear life. Like some things, I'm just thinking best to just go back to Jamaica, take my time. My kids don't really want to come right now, and it's cool for them and everything. But I think I'm going to run for a little bit and get myself sorted out in my homeland where I came from, and try to sort myself out, because if this thing keeps going the way it's going, I don't think I want to be here for long. I need a break from it. But anyways, if you guys come and to my channel, Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll come on again and do another live. God bless everyone. Thank you for watching, okay? I'm going to go in my allergies. My eyes are burning. I'm trying to hold out without coughing too much, but it's getting to me. I'm stuffy. I haven't had any breakfast. I don't have any appetite, to be honest. So you guys stick in there. I will show up again maybe tomorrow if God's willing. Thank you guys for the support, all right?